All right, this is looking really good. Um, I think the composition's a little weird. I wouldn't put him quite so far to this side. A typical composition would be the character is kind of facing into the space in the frame. So if you rotated him so he was facing this way, I think it would give more space for his feet and it would be more natural. They usually don't face kind of, you usually give room for the character to kind of look into within the frame. And yeah, you might want to put like a little seam and a lip on this bucket to just make it a little more detailed since it's so close to the camera. Um, and like more headroom space. This is nice. I think that if these trees were in focus, probably that stuff's going to be in focus too. Like you wouldn't have this in focus and that in focus, but that out of focus. Just um, if he was in focus and these trees were out of focus, then the clouds could be out of focus, but you wouldn't have that stuff blurry, I don't think. I like this shot. I think this is really nice. There's some good textures going on here. Let's take a look in Maya. Yeah, I can see you sort of did a path here. You've got some painted textures going on. You've got a little bit of stretching here. Um, Maybe you just want to kind of cover it up by getting a couple more rocks in or posts or little tufts of grass or something. And you might like that, like with either paint effects or geometry, to have just a kind of a tuft of grass here and there would be nice. And yeah, maybe a little more detail on the bucket and the bench just because they look kind of primitive and they could use a little more detail. Um, and like I said, yeah, that background should not be out of focus unless, some of the nearer background stuff like these trees are also out of focus. I like the textures on here. They're holding up pretty well. Yeah, I mean, this works. I mean, it's kind of simple, but I think it works. I just think you need an in focus background, and if you do use depth of field with the camera and the render, then the render will put that background image out of focus rather than you starting with an out of focus image. So start with an in focus image, and then let the camera put it out of focus if that's what the camera would do.